guys, and welcome on back to my channel. Today this video is a little bit different. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and so I am going to share with you how I have made my own DIY blessing bags. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so last year for Christmas a friend of mine asked me what I wanted, and at the time I was like, there's literally nothing that I want or need. I literally have everything that I could ever dream of, and if there was something that I didn't have, you know, I'm able to go out and get it. So I told him that I wanted to be able to be a blessing to other people who may not be having the best Christmas, and so the idea of blessing bags kind of came about. So I'm going to share with you what I have in my blessing bags and kind of the meaning behind it. So here are my blessing bags. I'm sorry it's a little sunny if there's a really big glare. And I plan on handing these out to men and women who may either be homeless or who may be a little bit less fortunate or not have, you know, maybe the opportunity to get some things that they may need here around the holiday season. So I have 20 of these total. A friend of mine and I put these together. So there was about 20 of them, and then we split them down the middle. So I have 10, he has 10, and then of those 10, I have 5 bags for women, 5 bags for men. So the bags don't really differ too much. There is one slight difference, but we'll go and talk about that as I kind of walk you through the bags. So this particular bag is for women, and I'm just gonna crank it open and we'll get started. All right. So one, I chose to put this in a plastic bag, like a freezer size plastic bag, because it's one, waterproof, and two, it's compressible. Three, it's also reusable. So I figured that would be a really good way for people to be able to reuse this bag if needed, but then to also make sure everything stays dry, just in case it's raining or there's some type of snow or some other instance. So finally, let's crank it open. All right, so we're just gonna start and I'll kind of explain everything to you. So the first thing in the bag is just a standard size tube of toothpaste. I didn't want to do like a travel size just because I felt like a standard size would go longer, like you'd have more and be able to use it longer. So I got the standard size tubes of toothpaste. There are also, there's also little packs of tissues in here. I know tissues can be something that's, you know, definitely necessary and needed, especially if it's cold outside. And I just felt like a little pack of tissues could go a long way versus someone having to either use paper towels or toilet paper, because that might not be the most sanitary option. So, tissues. I also put about 6 little Band-Aids in a little Ziploc baggie. I wasn't really sure at first. I'm like, ooh, Band-Aids. But if you think about it, Band-Aids can be kind of hard to come by, especially if you're not able to go to the doctor regularly or if they're kind of expensive in a store. So these can be used if somebody has blisters or if there's some type of cut or whatever they might need to be used for. People are able to have those available. So there's about 6 of these in each little baggie, in each blessing bag. I also have 2 pair of socks, and in this particular bag there are just white socks. In other bags I put like really bright neon fun socks in the bags. The white socks, now this is a women's bag that I have, but I did put only white socks in the men's bag just because I was like, men might not want to walk around with neon pink socks. So in all of the men's bags there are 2 pair of white socks, and in the women's bags there's either 2 pair of white socks or 2 pair of like really fun festive socks. And socks are, you know, important. Nobody wants to have cold or wet feet, and you know, any type of dry warm sock is always a plus. So 2 pair of socks. There's also 2 packs of hot hands, and within each hot hands is a pair, so there's one on top, one on the bottom. And then I figured people could use 1 pack for their hands and maybe 1 pack for their feet. That way, if you know, their hands or feet are cold, for me, I know there's nothing worse than having cold you know, feet or hands. So I wanted to be able to give someone the opportunity to warm up. These last up to 10 hours. They're fairly simple to use. You just take them out and you shake them to activate them. So that's it. They heat up in about 15 to 30 minutes. I mean, the minute you really just shake them up, you can feel the heat kind of generating, but it lasts up to 10 hours, and I felt like that was a really good way for people to be able to stay warm, especially if they're not able to spend you know, the nighttime indoors, or if they actually are homeless and are living outside, this will definitely help out at least a little bit, give them, you know, some relief. The next thing I have are just a pair of gloves, and these are the type of gloves that are touchscreen friendly. So if someone has a cell phone, they don't have to take their gloves off to use their cell phone. They are able to keep their gloves on. And I wanted people to have the opportunity to put these in something, which is why I gave them gloves, as well as socks, just because, like I said, having cold hands or feet are never any fun. There's also a bar of soap in here, and it smells really, really good. It's Jergens soap. I haven't put any washcloths or like face towels in the bags yet. I'm going to go out this weekend and get some because there are some on sale right now. So I'm going to put a face cloth or like a body cloth in the bags so that people are able to use the soap with something. That way, you know, they don't have to worry about using paper towels or anything like, or clothes or anything like that. They're able to use a towel. So I'll get that for them. There's also a chewy bar, like a granola bar from Quaker Oats. I figured this would be a better option than like maybe like applesauce or like you know, like a canned type of vegetable or something. One, because you don't have to worry about utensils. Two, it's not as heavy. And three, I don't want anyone to have to worry about something spilling or something leaking in their bag and getting everything kind of dirty. So I felt like this would be a nice little alternative to having something more bulky or more cumbersome, or that might actually leak or something like that. So a granola bar. And then there's a hat. Now within this hat, I'll tell you why it's so puffy, but there's a brand new hat. The hat is actually really long. If it's not rolled up, then it'll come down to probably about right here, but it is thick, it's knit, and the hot hands can also go in the hat if necessary. It covers the ears, so people don't have to worry about their ears being cold, and like I said, it's brand new, so nobody's ever worn it before, in a really bright, pretty blue color. And within the hat, here's the difference between the men and the women's bags. There are feminine hygiene products. I felt like this was really important because, you know, this is something that most women cannot control monthly, and I know there's a major difference between cheap or maybe less expensive feminine hygiene products versus the more high quality brand. I mean, just with comfort, cleanliness, there's a huge difference, and I know this is something that we can't control. This happens quite regularly for most of us women, and so I wanted women to make sure that they felt especially comfortable during that time, and you know, this was one way that I wanted to be able to bless them. But the really cool thing is, now I put about 10 of these in a hat. When I tell you I have been blessed in the most incredible, impeccable ways, specifically when it comes to, first of all of the blessing bag, but when it came specifically to the feminine hygiene products, I was able to get the best deal ever on feminine hygiene products. And I actually have enough altogether packets of feminine hygiene products where I can literally give every single woman a full pack of pads. It's almost heartbreaking how truly expensive feminine hygiene products are, especially like the good quality kind. So I wanted to be able to be a blessing to other women. So I felt like it was my duty, especially since I found such a good deal on them, to be able to provide at least one full package of feminine hygiene products that could last at least a month. I mean, minimum a month, maybe even two. So I'm really excited about that. The last item is a blanket. Every person is going to get a blanket, male or female, and I'm really, really excited about this because, you know, I've been up to Nashville several times, and while I've been up there, especially downtown Nashville, I've seen a lot of homeless men and women who are literally laying on the ground, like no cover, no cushioning, like body on the ground. And I mean, it's starting to get really, really cold here at night in Tennessee. Like it's down, I think it's been down to like at least 40 degrees so far. And for people to not have any type of covering is not safe, and it's very uncomfortable. And so I figured if I could be able to be the one person that they might be able to get a blanket from, you know, because they might not have an opportunity to be able to get a blanket from anywhere else, then that is my duty as a human to be able to help somebody else who might need something. And when I tell you guys, like, I've been collecting this stuff for the last maybe 10 months, and I specifically wanted to do it over the colder months, like be able to pass them out over the colder months, because it can get really, 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 really cold down here in Tennessee. Now, we're not going to get like 3 feet of snow, but it will get below freezing easily during the winter months and the colder months, and I just wanted to be able to be a blessing to people. And, you know, if I can do that, then that's what I'll do. So I'm really excited, and I really truly thank God that I was able to get all of this stuff for really good deals. I think each bag on average cost less than, oh, way less than $5. I mean, way less. And there's also, oh, here they are. I have toothbrushes as well. I forgot to show you guys. There are toothbrushes for people so that they're able to use their toothpaste. So there's toothbrushes and toothpaste. And like I said, I'm getting the towels sometime this weekend, and then I hope to be able to pass out the bags sometime this weekend. I want to go up to Nashville, and anybody that I might see who would need the bag, I want to be able to be a blessing to them. That way they're able to have some things that they may need but they might not have access to. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button and talk to me. Tell me if you've ever created blessing bags before, or if you know, if you would create one, what you would put in there. Give me any suggestions you may have of what I could put in the bags the next time I do this, because I do want to make it an annual tradition. I think it could be a really good thing to kind of start up, you know, once I have kids or if I get married, like a really good tradition to make, just to be able to spread some holiday cheer and show people God's love, and that there are really still really some good people out in the world that really do care about others. So shoot me a comment. Let me know if you've ever done this before or any suggestions you may have. And until then, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.